air, and when we think about air, what we usually think is air pollution is outdoors. When we're inside, we're fine. That's the usual concept. But what the truth is air indoors is actually 2 to 5 times worse than outdoors, because it's a case of air being trapped inside. So just to make it sound simple, what I breathe out, somebody else will breathe it in. What somebody exhales, somebody else will breathe it in. So that's the reason why air indoors is worse, because it just circulates inside and doesn't go out. And the case with this is we spend more than 80% of our time indoors. We sleep at home. When we travel, we're still indoors most of the time because we're inside a car, inside public transport, and we spend most of our time in the office. And when we go back home, we travel again, we have dinner, when we rest. So the air we breathe matters because it affects all of us. And it matters regardless of where we are, because we breathe anywhere we are. So it affects us when we're at home, inside the office, any indoor space, hotels, hospitals, conference theaters like this. And it is very important because there are a lot of allergens and toxins in the air that we breathe. And a lot of these affect us in terms of our health. And especially to those who have asthma or rhinitis or bronchitis, it really affects people with respiratory conditions because there's no way for us to see this, and we are not warned when we are at risk. And if we look beyond just the personal health, when we look at offices, there's a study done by UC Berkeley that 213 million days are lost because of poor indoor air quality in the United States, and 142 million days of restricted activity. So just because of these, productivity would die down. And if you actually improve indoor air quality, you can save $670 per person for healthcare costs. And on the upside of it, when you save this, people are healthier, more energetic, productivity goes up as well. So they also mentioned that productivity goes up by another $670. So if you combine it, it's $1,340 US per person per year in terms of benefits. And that's the reason why we created YooHoo. YooHoo is the most advanced indoor air quality sensor. And we can detect different types of allergens and toxins in the air. So we're live right now. You can actually pre-order. We just launched it 3 weeks ago. And we are the most advanced because we can monitor your indoor air quality 24/7. We have the most number of sensors in the market. We also built in technology and algorithms to make sure that the sensors are accurate and reliable. And we've already done various case studies. So this is what we did at Suntec Convention Center during the IoT show last year on the 22nd, 23rd of September. So we measured it for 2 days, from 8 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon of the second day. And what you can see here is that the PM 2.5 levels are on the unhealthy side, on the unhealthy level. And this was when it was the peak of the haze here in Singapore. And what the director of Schneider Electric did was, they were so interested in what we were doing, they just asked for raw data. So I'm like, okay, go ahead, take it. And he experimented with it, and they plotted it against the NEA, PM 2.5 data. So what this says is, whatever is outside is actually inside as well. We just couldn't see it, and we don't know. So it's a question of how good are the buildings being managed. We also did another case study in the Grand Copthorne Hotel just 2 months ago during the Smart Cities Conference. And you can see that by tracking carbon dioxide levels, we can actually tell where people are during the conference. So this is inside the Smart City Conference Room. There are different conference rooms there. There's a networking area, so we deployed multiple devices around. And you can see that we know where people are at that time of day. We know when they start coming into the conference. We know when they leave for lunch. We know when they come back. And when we compare this with the conference in the other room, we can tell which conference is actually much more popular. We don't need to be there to see people, we just need to know how much CO2 is inside. And if we combine this information with temperature, we can actually optimize the use of our air conditioning systems, or our HVAC systems in the building. And just by looking at data for 2 days, we can tell the hotel, just on your 3rd floor, you can save $12,600. If you just knew how to adjust your HVAC systems. It's a no-brainer for a hotel to invest immediately in something like this. And indoor air quality affects all of us, and this is the main concern why we're looking at this. It's about health and safety, and it's about energy savings. And exactly what Nicholas mentioned during the keynote speech, IoT is about safety and savings, which is exactly what we're addressing here. And in case you're curious, what are we breathing in right now? Let me show you. Okay, so it's been pretty cold the whole day. I'm sure everybody's feeling cold. We can see that the temperature changed over time. And when we look at 2 o'clock, when we just started, it was pretty cold. People started coming in. People bring in heat, so the temperature goes up. And MBS turned up the air conditioner, brought the temperature back down. So because they need to maintain a certain level. The question is, why should you maintain it at 21 degrees, 20 degrees, or 19 degrees? Why not maintain it at 22 to 23? You optimize your energy use, you still make sure that people are comfortable inside. Because once it's below 21, people start to feel colder. We can also look at the CO2 levels. So if you look at it a minute by minute, if you look at it minute by minute, you won't really see the difference, but if you look at it by the hour, you can actually see that CO2 goes up and goes down. So it went up when people started coming in, and it went down during the break, around 5 o'clock here. And right now it's lower because there's really fewer people compared to the first session. So these are the different things that we can tell, and this is how the air quality is like. And we can measure all 8 parameters, minute by minute. So yeah, let me go back to the presentation. So what we're looking for right now are partners and distributors, corporate partners who can bring us more business customers. And we're also looking for VCs right now because we're raising our Series A round. And yeah, that's the end of my presentation. Thank you.